Yeah, this is gonna be a rant, but I want to talk about something, man, right quick. But first things first, I do this for me, for venting purposes, and if you don't like it, please get the fuck off my channel. I'm not looking for any praise nor accolades. Now back to the subject at hand. I want to talk about something right quick, man. I want to say something. It doesn't matter if you're a regular person or a celebrity. It doesn't matter if you work at a regular job, regular 9 to 5 job, or you're in the music industry or the movie industry as a celebrity. It doesn't matter if you work around with your regular coworkers at the 9 to 5 job, or you work with other celebrities in the industry. You know, what I'm saying, in Hollywood industry or whatever, or even in politics and government. You know, what I'm saying, you're a politician. You work with other politicians too. It doesn't matter. In the end, you have no friends. It doesn't matter if you're a regular guy or you're a celebrity or you're a politician. Just remember, you have no friends. The main reason why I'm saying this is because just recently I did a video about Mean Gene Okerlund. You know, it was a long time coming. I forgot to do the video, but, I forgot to make a video about it. But, I recently got to it about Mean Gene. And they said that at his funeral, DDP said that he thought that it was going to be a who's who. But only count of six people from the wrestling industry came to pay their respects to Mean Gene Okerlund's funeral. And I said that's downright sad. Because throughout Mean Gene's career as an announcer for WCW and WWF for over 20 years in the wrestling industry, and all those people that he knew, that he hung out with, that he partied with, you meant to tell me only 6 people only paid respects to Mean Gene Okerlund? That's downright sad. That's pathetic. And I'm gonna be real with you too. This is off topic. No, it ain't off topic at all. I just want to say this right now. And if people listening to this video, I'm talking to you, motherfuckers. I'm talking to you. When it came to my father, when he passed away, I thought that it was going to be like a lot of different people that was going to come to his funeral. His co-workers and all that stuff. Kind of found out none of his co-workers came. I think except for one. I think one of his co-workers came, but everybody else didn't show up at all. Nobody. And I forgot to mention that what made it worse for me, I found out from my mother that a lot of people at his job, a lot of people at my father's job didn't like him. A lot of his coworkers, didn't like him. And I was kind of surprised, and I said, why? And my mother said, I don't know. But then she found out what really went down a little bit. What really went down. Kind of found out, they said that my father, for the most part, he told the truth. He kept it real. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to people and working and all that stuff, he just kept it real. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He just told the truth. And that's why a lot of people didn't like him because, he kept it real. He told the truth. And he was a working man. Even though, he had his days where he didn't feel like working, he still went on out there to work anyway because that was his job and he needed to get paid. And I remember my mother said that he would tell her stories about how the people at his job was getting on his damn nerve. They was getting on his nerve. But at the same time, the people his co-workers didn't like him like that anyway because, for the most part, he told the truth about, the workers, basically he told the truth about his co-workers in the workplace, But that's the main reason why a lot of people didn't come to his funeral because they really didn't like him. So it is what it is. But the overall theme that I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't matter if you work a regular job, 9 to 5 job, or you're a celebrity. You really don't have any friends. Or if you do have friends, count yourself lucky. Because I've heard so many stories about people, who passed away And people who come to the and when it comes to people coming to the funeral, only very few people come to that particular person's funeral. Or here's another story I forgot to tell. Here's another story that pertains to funerals. Another legendary wrestler from the WWF and WCW. His name was Rick Rude. Now, when Rick Rude passed away, very few people from the industry came to pay their respects. And one of his best friends at the time, Kurt Hennig, now he passed away in 2003, but Kurt Hennig, he did an interview, talking about Rick Rude and all that stuff, and he started to, choke up a little bit. He was about to cry because he was amazed at how nobody showed up really. How nobody showed up to his best friend's funeral, which was Rick Rude. It is very sad, very disappointing. But it just lets you know that everybody is out for themselves. That's it. Everybody's out for themselves. There's no respect for anybody else, just for themselves. It just is what it is. People are just very, very fake and phony. They're very greedy. Very fake and phony. They're very greedy. They're very fucking selfish. And they don't care about nobody else but their damn selves. It is what it is. And I used to hear stories about Mean Gene Okerlund, how he used to be at the wrestling parties and all that stuff, hanging out with the wrestlers. That's what DDP said. And DDP thought that it was going to be a who's who at his funeral, but it wasn't like that. And when it came to my father and his funeral, people may laugh at his face, but behind his back, they didn't like him. You know how people will put on the front, be smiling and all that stuff. They smile at your face. They smile at your face, but they stab you right in the back. Something like that, man. Situation like that. Same thing with my father. Same thing with Rick Rude. It's very sad and it's very disheartening. But when it came to my father, I finally realized the story about him, how a lot of people didn't like him at his job. So it is what it is. I just, accepted that truth. And and also my mother would tell, my father too, but my mother, my father too, definitely. But my mother would always tell me that not everybody's going to like you. You just got to accept things for what they are. And I've listened to that advice, ever since then, But what pisses me off about people is, the fake and phoniness. You know what I'm saying? Just be real. If you don't like me, stay the fuck away from me. Don't try to talk to me. Just, do your own thing. And that's what, and to tell you the truth, that's what a lot of people have been doing, for over the years, because I don't want to say I put that out in the universe, but it's like, throughout my life, I was a loner and an outcast, and going to school and all that stuff. Even though I went to a ghetto school, I went to a hood school. It was very monolithic. You know what I'm saying? If you're different from the regular ghetto kids, you'll be teased a lot. You'll be outcasted, and a lot of motherfuckers don't want to deal with you. And that was good because I didn't want to deal with them because the motherfuckers acted way wild. They acted wild, and they was out of control and all that shit. I don't want to be bothered with them motherfuckers anyway, man. But overall, though, man, it's like they didn't bother me, they didn't fuck with me, and I didn't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? They may tease me and talk about me, but other than that, like fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't give a fuck, man. Fuck them. That's back in high school. I don't see those motherfuckers no more. But the thing is that even though I was an outcast, it still taught me a few things. It still taught me that in this world you're by yourself. And number two, you need to know who the hell you are. Because if you don't know yourself, somebody else will come along and they'll do it for you. You know what I'm saying? You be the puppet, and the person behind the scenes will be the puppeteer pulling your strings. And you don't want people to control you. You have to know yourself and know your worth. Yeah, but like I said, man, people, I know I said this plenty of fucking times, man, plenty of fucking times. That's why I say, people are just fake and phony, and I just stay to myself. It just is what it is. It's very hard to make friends. And I see a lot of videos now talking about it's hard to make friends. And when I see those videos, like, it's hard to make friends. You got young people like 18, 19, 21, and to tell you the truth, I can relate to those people. I can relate to those young folks because it was hard to me. It was hard for me to make friends when I was a teenager. And mind you, this is back around shit. No, to tell you the truth, it was hard for me to make friends. Yeah, it was hard for me to make friends when I was a teenager too. Like this is back around in the year 2000, 2001, 2002, mainly 2002 when I was in high school. So so I can empathize with those people. But nowadays, I'm seeing like more videos saying that it's hard to make friends when you're over 30. And that is so true. Because when you're 30, it's like you're basically setting your ways for the most part. You know? You're basically setting your ways. And then speaking of 30s, before then, when I was in my 20s, when I was on Facebook, it was some people that I had on my friends list on Facebook. Saying we went way back in grade school. Went to school back in. We went to the same grammar school as each other. We went to the same grade. We went to the same grade school. Now, since we graduated from high school and enter into the real world, I always thought that by us being in the real world, I thought that we would become more mature adults. More mature young people, more mature young adults at the time. But that wasn't the case. You know what those motherfuckers did? They took me off their friend list, and I think they blocked me. And for the most part, I really didn't message it. I really didn't bother them like that. I really didn't give them any like back-to-back messages. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't annoying those people. I really wasn't. I really wasn't annoying those people, but they had they just decided to take me off their friend list and block me. And I said, "Oh well, it is what it is." I just closed the chapter out of that book, and I just moved on. It just lets me know that a lot of people don't change. It lets me know that a lot of people don't change. And here's the crazy part too: the same people that took me off their friend list and all that stuff, I really didn't do anything wrong to them. I guess they just fell out from me. You know what I'm saying? It bees like that. People fall out. You meet new people. It is what it is. So I just moved on. You know what I'm saying? I closed that chapter in my life, and I just moved on. But what I'm trying to say is that, man, overall, a lot of people don't change. A lot of people don't change, and a lot of people stay the same. And for the most part, people are full of shit. Like I said, they smile in your face and stab you right in the back. It just is what it is, man. That's why it's always best. It's sad, but it shouldn't be that way. But it's just best to just be by yourself and just do your own thing. And it's a long and lonely road, but at the same time, it must be taken. Because you can't trust a lot of people. And the way how things are, man, I think that most people are isolationists. Most people are separatists. And you know what? It is what it is. It's very sad, man. It is what it is. It sucks. It really does sucks. But that's all I got to say about that, man. That's all I got to say. It's very disheartening. I said very disappointing how it ends this way, but it is what it is. Life's a bitch and then you die. It just is what it is. But that's all I got to say about that, man. That's all I got to say. So, yeah, man. So I thank you so much and have a good day.